Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. This video is really late and I do apologize. Time just got away from me, so much going on right now, as I know most of you know. And this video, I'm trying to level up my video editing skills, so to speak. So I wanted to add a few extra things to this video since it is mostly just ink work. It's probably the most ink work I have done on a piece, and my hand hates me now, but I say this about a lot of pieces that I'm super proud, but this was a level up piece for me, just in everything. It just in style, especially. It's what I envisioned just as closely as I saw it in my mind. I know sometimes it's hard for us to relay that to paper, what we actually see in our mind. And this for me just came out almost exactly the way I envisioned it. And yeah, I was super proud. I felt like it was definitely a level up piece for me. I love how she turned out. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the actual process of this. Her name is Bless, and she is a Crypt queen. I came up with that concept, and this was the Patreon vote for October. Y'all voted on Armor Raven. I gave a couple different words. That's what they voted on, and I appreciate you guys so much. I'm happy that the fates landed on those word combinations. But yeah, so a little bit of the process. I did way more research and prep work for this illustration. I started out with just a random sketch. I just did it one night in bed. I know I wanted this chick with like a big scythe and then a raven somewhere on it, so I just drew something really quick, and then I refined it to a much tighter, really small thumbnail. The second image is extremely small. It's like probably about 2 or 3 inches like wide and long. It was super small. I just wanted to get the composition right. And after that, I actually did a little bit of research for her dress because I knew I needed some references. So I went to Pinterest, good old Pinterest, and I found this amazing, beautiful, oh my god, this dress. Guys, look at this dress. The first one is so beautiful, and you can see where it does sort of look like armor. So that's where I decided to incorporate the armor into the piece, was actually, little pieces in the dress, not actual armor. I wanted to go a little bit more subtle with it. And then I knew I wanted her to have not feathery feathers, but I wanted to incorporate feathers somehow into her dress. So I found the second image, and it was more feathery than I wanted, but it actually gave me a little bit more of an idea, just of the silhouette of the dress. I wanted like really big shoulders, small waist, and then it goes out to another, really big section, starting at the hips, and you can start to see that, although, obviously you can't see the whole dress, but it does give that hourglass illusion, which I absolutely loved. All these references and this work I did sort of in the beginning just sort of laying that groundwork really helped me this time around. And last but not least is I could not for the life of me get her hands right, so I had to do a bit of my own reference, like posing. So as you can see here, I got the good old broom out and just did a little posing myself, and you can probably see her hands are just exactly the way I had my hands, and it worked. So if you're ever stuck, take your own pictures. I had to take them in the mirror and then flip it horizontally when I brought it into Photoshop. But yeah, it really helped. So super happy that I took the time to do that. The next part of the video here is actually something special, and it's something that I'm going to try to do more often because I really enjoyed it, but I wanted to read y'all a story. And I actually found a story about some ravens. I didn't even know if one existed. So I looked up fairy tales including ravens, and there is one by the Grimm brothers. And it's called The Seven Ravens, and it's just a short story. I think I recorded it, reading it in about 5 minutes. So I'm actually going to play that here in just a second, and I really hope y'all enjoy it, and I want to do it more, especially like I said, since this video I feel like is a little boring maybe because it's just ink work and then one color. So I don't know, just let me know what y'all think, and yeah, I'll see y'all again at the end. I think I might have a little bit of time at the end when the story recording is finished, and I hope y'all enjoy. The Seven Ravens by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. A man had 7 sons, but however much he wished for a daughter, he did not have one yet. Finally, his wife gave him hope for another child, and when it came into the world, it was indeed a girl. Great was their joy, but the child was sickly and small, and because of her weakness, she was to be given an emergency baptism. The father sent one of the boys to run quickly to the well to get some water for the baptism. The other 6 ran along with him. Because each one of them wanted to be the first one to dip out the water, the jug fell into the well. There they stood, not knowing what to do, and not one of them dared to go home. When they did not return, the father grew impatient and said, "They have forgotten what they went after because they were playing, those godless boys." Fearing that the girl would die without being baptized, he cried out in anger, "I wish those boys would all turn into ravens." He had hardly spoken these words when he heard a warning sound above his head, and looking up he saw 7 coal-black ravens flying up and away. The parents could not take back the curse, and however they were at a loss of their 7 sons, they were still somewhat comforted because of their dear little daughter, who soon gained strength and became more beautiful every day. For a long time she did not know that she had brothers, for her parents took care not to mention them to her. However, one day she accidentally overheard some people talking about her. They said that she was beautiful enough, but that in truth she was to blame for her 7 brothers' misfortune. This troubled her greatly, and when she went to her father and mother and asked them if she had indeed had brothers, what happened to them? Her parents could no longer keep the secret, but said that it had been heaven's fate, and that her birth had only been the innocent cause. However, this ate at the girl's conscience every day, and she came to believe that she would have to redeem her brothers. She had neither rest nor peace until she secretly set forth and went out into the wide, wide world, hoping to find her brothers and set them free, whatever it may cost. She took nothing with her but a little ring as remembrance from her parents, a loaf of bread for hunger, and a little jug of water for thirst, and a little chair for when she got tired. She walked on and on, far, far to the end of the world. She came to the sun, but it was too hot and terrible, and ate little children. She hurried away and ran to the moon, but it was much too cold, and frightening, and wicked, and when it saw the child it said, "I smell human flesh." Then she hurried away and came to the stars, and they were friendly to her, each one sitting in its own little chair. The morning star arose, it gave her a chicken bone, and said, "Without that chicken bone you cannot open the glass mountain, and your brothers are inside the glass mountain." The girl took the bone, wrapped it up well in a cloth, and went on her way again until she came to the glass mountain. The door was locked, and she started to take out the chicken bone, but when she opened up the cloth, it was empty. She had lost the gift of the stars. What could she do now? She wanted to rescue her brothers, but she had no key to the glass mountain. The good little sister took a knife and cut off one of her own fingers and put it into the door, and fortunately the door opened. After she had gone inside, a little dwarf came up to her and said, "My child, what are you looking for?" I'm looking for my brothers, the 7 ravens, she replied. The dwarf said, The Lord Ravens are not at home, but if you would like to wait here until they return, step inside. Then the dwarf carried in the ravens' dinner on 7 little plates and 7 little cups. The sister ate a little bit from each plate and took a little sip from each cup. Into the last cup she dropped the ring that she had brought with her. Suddenly she heard a whirring sound and rushing in the air, and the dwarf said, The Lord Ravens are flying home now. They came, wanted to eat and drink, and looked for their plates and cups. Then one of them said, Who's been eating from my plate? Who's been sipping from my cup? It was a human mouth. When the 7th one came to the bottom of his cup, the ring rolled towards him. Looking at it, he saw that it was the ring from their father and mother and said, God grant that our sister might be here, then we would be set free. The girl was listening from behind the door, and when she heard this wish, she came forth. Then the ravens were restored to their human forms again. They hugged and kissed one another and happily went home. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and that little reading of The 7 Ravens by the Brothers Grimm. And if y'all are not on Patreon, please go check it out, because I am doing something different with November's theme, something I've never done before, and it might involve new readings. And yeah, thank you so much for all your support. Please hit that subscribe button, and until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.